Hi. I know I always start at the bat. I'm like, woo, full of energy. Hi, how you doing? It's Kim Overholt here at Kim Overholt Art and Entertainment Studios. Well, KimOverholt.com is where you can find all my art and stuff. And if you have any questions or concerns, you can always email me at Kim@KimOverholt.com. I've had my site up now for, I think, almost 14 years, maybe. Yeah. And you see what kind of um, disturbance I cause in the forest, don't you? Yes, it causes a great disturbance in the forest. It must because it's been up for about 14 years, and I can't complain for what the amount of um, interest that I've had in my website, but it doesn't really reflect on what I had in mind. Over the years, I kind of had an idea that, well, I got this going now. I got this live thing going on right now, which is kind of funny because next to that, it's like, oh, I was just looking at my schedule. I just realized that I don't start today until 3:30 instead of noon, so I have to switch this. Just give me one second. I gotta switch it on my timetable because I gotta keep everything in order here. So 3:30 again. I keep my schedule nearby and on hand so I can always take a look and fix things. It's a whiteboard, so I can obviously remove things and add things to it as I go. And I'm always up for any kind of fun, and on my schedule. If I've got time, I'll throw it in there. We are at what day is it today? It's the 20th today. Ooh, yeah, this should be an interesting next couple days. Yeah, not so much here in Canada, but more for the States, I can imagine. Yeah, here in Canada, it's all over. It's game over here. We just, pedal along as best we can and just hope that things turn out for the best, pedal along as we usually do. I'm learning to stay pretty normal. Okay, that schedule. I have a schedule, and I'm looking at it now. Sorry, I see better close up without my glasses. That one was from. I think that one's already finished. I should toss that one out. Where's my garbage? Oh, way over there. Let me see if I can get 2 points. 2 points. No, I missed. Darn it. All right. Well, what can you do here? I'll let my hair out. Let my hair down. I'm so, you know what? When I'm here with you guys, I just feel so relaxed. I can just let my hair down. Yeah. So what was our title if it weren't for what? I don't know. I pick and choose my titles every once in a while, and I go back and go, what am I talking about? I have no clue. And I'm just coming out to say a quick hello, but basically, and I'm very happy. It's going to be a good day. I can already tell already because I get to hang out with you guys a little bit longer, and I'm early because usually around say 10ish, 11ish is when I usually start to broadcast into the major public eye. How's my eye? Can you see my eye? Still looking kind of funny. I know. And yeah. So because of that, I've been wearing my glasses more for the last couple days, and just hanging out. And yeah. So I got a lot of I've got a little time on my hands because right now with COVID and everybody's on lockdown, which is good. Everybody stay home, sickos, and get well. And well, I'll go out and do a little work where I do cover my face, and I do wear a hairnet, and I do wear gloves, and I do make sure that none of my spit or anything goes all over the things that I use, or I don't. Yeah, I don't make sure. I make sure that I don't spit on anything. Okay, there's only certain things that I'll spit on, and that's only just because there's my camera over there. It's watching me, watching you. So yeah, it's a funny thing today. I have nothing going on with my camera right now. Eventually, I'm going to have some kind of entertainment going on, but right now it's me. No music, just me. I love that. That's a good way to make you feel very important about yourself, right? No music, just me. So yeah, hi. I know I'm out of my mind in the morning, but I come in with the best intentions. I come to show you a little bit of how the artist's minds work, and not everybody else's, just particularly mine. And I hear that when you lie, you don't use your hands as much for expression, but when you are telling the truth, you throw your hands out there all the time, right? So if you look at previous past um, little quick little things that I do, you'll find that I do have a tendency to talk with my hands. And no, I'm not Italian, but I am Italian by osmosis. You see, my husband is 100% Italian, and boy, oh boy, hot stuff, hot tamales, let me tell you. Um, yeah, I don't talk about it very often. Yes, I am. Well, no, here's the thing, okay? I'm not a normal human being. What can I say? Not only do I have a weird blood type, and I don't have some of the things that. Well, anyways, there's a few things that are odd about me, but I'm also not the kind of woman that marries. I never got married. But I am common law married. Not really. We got a great partnership together, my hubby and I. And he helps me with my art business, and I help him with when he's doing music. I am the ear of his music, I guess. That's how it goes. But he's a painter, and I am a muralist. He plays guitar. I play ukulele. I am like I'm an accompaniment. Most of the time, I'm an accompaniment, but when I do my own thing, it's usually like you don't see him very often, and I don't talk about him very often because he's more like my silent partner. He hangs out in the background and just makes sure I don't get myself into trouble, and I try not to. I really do. I really try to keep myself out of trouble. See, the thing was, too, is that like there's a lot of paintings that I do, and I do paintings of him because he is very handsome, but he says his face won't make money. Although his dad, uh, he could have been a spitting image of that old actor from the 50s, 50s, 60s. What was his name? Oh, now it's escaping me again. Tyrone Power. Tyrone Power. If you Google the name Tyrone Power, in the older versions, I was like, when the first time I seen, I was like, oh my God, that's Frank's dad. It was like crazy. But yeah, if you look at pictures of Tyrone Power and pictures of Frank's dad, it looks like they could almost have been brothers once. But of course, Frank's dad's Italian, and I don't know what Tyrone Power was, but I think he was English. But they have very similar features, and that's what the one thing about a lot of people that I follow. You'll see that there are similarities in features that with people that I follow, along with people that I draw too. So they're similar that way as well. Yeah, I go for very uh, familiar patterns and familiar things. Yeah, I think it's the way of life. I think that's what most of us are like too. A very familiar. We like to keep familiarity. We don't like to have anything upset the apple cart per se, or make anything different or odd or unusual. All the except for that, that's the only way I can describe my life is odd and unusual, because I mean, um, the fact that I don't marry is probably because I didn't want to do what everybody else was doing. When I was younger, I read up on a lot of stuff. I was big on books. I used to hang out at the library quite often. If you ever knew me, you knew I was always at the library. I was kind of always the geek, I guess. If you would have to say anything, I would probably say I was kind of like Carrie White from that movie. Uh, where she's like, yeah, she wanted to find out why. I wanted to find out basically why my mother had a stroke, and what causes all these things to go wrong. Um, And I spent a lot of time learning about the brain. So yeah, I used to spend a lot of time in the library just learning about um, um, processes of the brain, also learning about art at the same time. Art and what you do in your brain too is very, the word is for it, uh, it opens your mind when you do art. It gives you another space to put your life into, I guess. I could put it that way. It gives you definitely a new perspective on everything when you look at it from an artistic point of view. You back away and you look at it as the whole, and you can kind of see, you know, well, where you're, like I tell people when they used to paint in my paint class, when you're in the middle of it, you can't tell what's around you. You can't. You have to take a step back sometimes, if with everything, even in life, and just kind of take an overview. And there you go. You kind of see things in a new perspective too. I always like looking at things from a new perspective, and I guess that's probably why I used to hang out in the library quite often and do things. A lot of different things that my friends didn't do. So, I mean, my friends always had. They were always doing something. I always had my art. I seem to always fall back into my art because it's always been my good friend for as long as I can remember. So, the art that you see that's around me is the stuff that I do. Uh, Most every other thing that I have is something to do with either A, art, or B, computers too. So I try to keep everything pretty on the low down. Anyways, yeah, so things I do are not normal as everybody else seems to have their things being normal and whatever. Oh boy. Okay, hold on. Something just came in and I just wanted to see what it was. If it just, come on. Oh, okay, good. Just a good message coming through. Okay, good. That's what I wanted to hear. I always like good messages, that's for sure. And there was that. What is that? Oh, okay. Yes, yes. Hello. I don't like to bother people too often. I keep pretty low key. And when I was younger, I used to be more into like being out there and doing stuff. And now I want to like I have to stop myself and give the reins to the younger people because there's stuff that I have no control over anymore. It used to be my world once, and I can sit back and look at it and admire it for what it was. But what it is now is like a whole new ball game. And not to say that I'm not part of it, but I've definitely learned that there's a lot going on that I think I have word in, but I really don't. All I really have control over is what I have going on here, and here, right? And that's basically it. Everything else is fluff, if you will, and you just make the best of what you can, and you know, don't be afraid. That's one thing I would probably say to if I had to say something to my past self would be don't be afraid because there's nothing to fear. Like years later, when I was a teenager, I was like, oh, the world's going to end, and it was like terrible. It was terrible. 1984. What were you going to expect, right? So here we are. But now I'm almost like shoot, I'm almost getting it. Well, I am. I'm in my 50s, and it's like what do I worry about? I survived most of the stuff that I thought that I did to hurting myself with. I did pretty good. I jumped off that cliff and survived. I went rock climbing and didn't hurt myself. The worst that I probably do with myself is probably stab myself with knives, and that's only because I work with food, and yeah, and that's what happens sometimes. I won't do it today though. I've done it in the past. I can show you. There's one right there, a little one right there where I stabbed myself. There's one somewhere on my finger. Oh yeah, right there where I put my finger in the machine. Yeah, I've done stuff like that before, and yeah, we regret sometimes the things that we do. We could see it happening and have no control over it. But what we do have control over is how we are, how we feel, the things that we do to make ourselves better and to better ourselves along the way, and hopefully better things for everybody else too. Yeah. Yeah, it sounds like a good philosophy. If it's taken into account, then, sometimes I don't do everything I say that I do either. Sometimes I do have a tendency to go off track, but it's nothing major, and I don't hurt anybody. So that's the main part. As long as you don't hurt anybody, you can hurt yourself in as much as you want to. I mean, you can cut your fingers there, or you can, like I say, stab yourself as much as you want to. But as long as you aren't doing anything to hurt anybody else, and that's the main thing. Then I try not to. I try not to hurt anybody, anybody's feelings or anything. I think it's very important to be able to communicate with people and give people hope. Oh, what's this one? Is this one? This one is another schedule, but no, that one's done too. I got my schedule up on the thing right now. Oh, and I get to work. Hold on, I got to work tomorrow. Hold on. Can't do it. Let the garbage. There we go. Gee, she asked me to work tomorrow. I forgot. I put that on my schedule too. She asked me to work tomorrow. When I was supposed to have it also, and that was 4:30 to 8:30. So, no rest for the wicked, and what did I call myself wicked? Yes, yeah. With a face like this, how could you not be wicked? No, I'm kidding. Okay, with that being said, I'm now going to turn myself from a wicked witch into a good witch by giving you a nice little reading today. So I'm going to pick up my regular cards, my cards. And as in the past, I used to do this before. I'm going to start doing it again. Just give you a nice card for the day. Card for the day. My niece also does it online. She does the tarot one card. And so will I today. Like I say, these ones are big, and I can't really shuffle them like normal cards. Like I actually have to turn them sideways. So give me 1 second. I used to go. I've had these cards forever, and one time I did a reading for a friend of mine. I just got out of college, and him and I were just starting to hang out together. And the story goes like one time I was at the library and asked me to do his tarot card reading there at the library. And I happened to pick up a card, and it says, hold on, what is this card? It says it's a deceitful card. What are you trying to pull on me? And he said, well, I wanted to get to ask you if you wanted to go out. I'm like, oh, okay, so you don't really want to hang out with me. You want me to be your girlfriend kind of thing. Is that what you're saying? He's like, yeah. I'm like, oh, okay. Well, you could have just asked me, but I guess there's no easy way to ask anybody to go out, especially in this day and age now with COVID. You have to wear a mask having sex. Is that true? You have to wear a mask having sex? Come on, that can't be true. Come on. 1, 2. No, I'm not counting. No, I don't count my cards. No, these ones are definitely the fates. They grab a hold of my cards sometimes, and they point me in a different direction and give me okay, give me a little bit of hope. Hey, there's a message coming through. Oh, there's a message coming through. Oh, look, a letter, lots of letters. All right, somebody, the Princess of Hearts. Yes, there's something definitely coming through today. Yes. And so now which way are my cards facing? Am I going the right way? Yes. Okay. So my cards are actually facing this way around. So reward. Is that? Let me just. Yeah, my bottom card means rewards. So that's good. And the one that fell out, of course, like I say, was a message. So we have a message, and then the message is 6 of Hearts, and I believe that's I can't think of off the top of my head. I'd say it would be celebration, but let me just double check to make sure. 6 of Hearts, la. Hearts is a good one. Oh, it's joy. I like that one. So joy today for you. I bring you joy. All right. So excellent. So the message today is joy. Have a good day. Look, it actually shows like kids playing, and they're out in the nice weather. You know what? I remember being a kid in the springtime. As soon as the snow would melt, I'd be out there with my. See, and it's positive. It's got very hearts, so it's on the positive side. I'd be out there with my skipping rope or out with my. I used to have this thing called you took a pantyhose and you put a ball in the pantyhose and you boom 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 against the wall. Now we had Pebble Dash on my walls at home, so when I bang them against the wall, rocks would fall off the wall. The pebble dash would start to crumble, and I get yelled at. So I didn't do that very often. I mostly skipped. I skipped a lot. I started skipping school when I got a little bit older too. But that's another story. Yeah. So yes, very positive cards for today, and as well the reward, of course, is joy. So it's going to be a great day today, and I hope you guys have a great day too. So with that being said, what else can I tell you? Yeah, let me give you a little bit ideas about art. Okay. Yeah, I know. Don't mind the hair. What's been happening is I just I just woke up and I'm not completely with it, and that's okay because nothing wrong with not being with it. You can not be with it and be okay. Hey, hi, Chris. Kia, Chris, I see ya. Yeah, hi, how you doing? Yeah, I'm just, like I say, I'm just hanging out today. My eye is still quite red, so I have to go again without my contact lenses, and hopefully not for too long. But I don't mind. So, so now that I've done my little reading for the day, I got to actually, uh, you start them up and then you have to reverse it, right? Okay, so 1, 2, 3, and I do 7. 4, 5, 6, and one for good luck, 7. There we go. Lucky 7, and then I put these away. And sometimes I look at the bottom. This is romance too. Oh, romance. I like that. Very nice. All right. So, and we'll put that away for another day. Excellent. All right. So I'll see you about tomorrow. I'll do another reading tomorrow, maybe. Because right now for art, I really don't have anything up on the go. I've got the painting I've got to finish, and the time is 11. I do have time to work on it, but do I want to work on it? That's the thing. This is the thing about being an artist. You could pick and choose whatever you want. I've got all things going on here. I even got this going on. Now, this doesn't help at all. I know this doesn't make anything any better. But I like to wear it sometimes just because it's either this one, or this one. But I have this one too. One of them's a little tighter. Oh, thanks. You like my artwork? Ah, thanks. I appreciate it, Chris. Yeah. So I'm retired being a clown. But I you can never retire your nose. This is my new nose that I had before and this is my first nose. I always keep your first nose. I'm picking my nose. I'm silly, so sorry. I remember watching a magician one time, and he had a whole bunch of these little balls, but it wasn't a nose. It was actually little tiny fuzz balls. But when you squish them down, it looks like you have nothing in your hand, but then you pop it up and there'd be something there, right? And I always thought it was cool that you could do that. And whew, there you go. I've been always good at doing that one. Oh, yeah, you know what? I never thought of that. I could get into trouble for wearing everything except button nose. Yeah, yeah. So there we go. I'll get rid of it. There it is. Yeah, I used to play with magicians once. It was a lot of fun. I used to be put in boxes and chopped in half, and I was also did the where's that thing where you do the what can like you do the the 1, 2, 3, right? You go 1, 2, 3. No, that didn't work. I know, and that's the way you usually do it. You just kind of you just kind of hide in the background. You just kind of it freaks out the dogs all the time. I used to do it to the dogs sometimes too. I know. Yeah, that's the great thing about live, eh? And people are always like, oh, it's live. Sometimes you can fool people live even, and people don't realize that. Like, if you ever watched, like I watched news stuff all the time, and you see people like wind blowing and stuff, and then you realize afterwards that it's just like somebody's faking some kind of background going on. I have this great thing where I used to love Mad magazines, and I used to one of the Mad magazine posts that I used to love had to do with somebody who in the future would have this kind of thing where there'd be a background, you see, and you could fool people with your background. And one was like, it was like a big advertisement for in the future, right? It says fool your boss, and it shows like in the background there's like or there's doctors walking around, and there's like you're in a hospital or something, and it goes fool your boss, and you can say, oh, I'm not really well, I'm actually at the hospital right now, and you can see people move, and it's just a screen in the background, right? And then it says fool your wife, and then it has like a screen in the background, and it says, dear, I have to work late at the office. Meanwhile, and behind the screen, there's like a party going on. And dear, I'm going to be late. I'm at the office, with the gang, and we're all working kind of late tonight. And yeah, meanwhile, there's a party going on in the background behind the screen. And then there's one that says, fool yourself, which is like, there's a party going on in the background, and you're talking to your boss, and you're saying, man, I'm not feeling well. I won't be in for work today because I'm really, yeah. So you fool yourself too. And yeah, it was pretty funny. And I thought, you can do that nowadays with everybody. You could put out like a green screen and behind. I know my ukulele teacher friend, he does that now too. He's got the green screen and behind. He could probably do a live green screen too if he wanted to, which is kind of cool. That reminds me of, yeah, I go off on tangents. I think about like the hilarious House of Frightenstein and Igor and the Wolfman, how they used to jump into that background and all that wispy colors and all kinds of psychedelic things going on. It was pretty awesome. Anyways, yeah, enough about the things of the past. Let's talk about the future. Yeah, so today is going to be a really great day. I can tell already. And I appreciate you all being out here too. And y'all, I sound like maybe I should be out down south somewhere. No, no, no. I'm perfect where I am. Right today is as it is every day here in Niagara, cold and balmy, and yeah, the sun came up, but not really much of a sunrise. It was more like there it is. It's yeah, I'm in southern Ontario. We call it the banana belt here. We're as closest to Northern California as we possibly can get in the latitudes, anyways. And yeah, so today is very, very well. I mean, there's a little bit of snow on the ground. There isn't very much. It was a green Christmas, was it? I can't remember. COVID, one day goes into the next. It feels like I've been, you know, actually, it feels like nothing's changed for me. I go to work every day. I come home. That's basically it. I don't go very far. I hang out in front of my computer quite often, and I'm always looking up stuff and drawing. I'm always drawing, painting, or doing magic, or yeah. So this is my lifestyle. This is what I do on a regular basis. The only thing I'm not doing right now is getting high. What's wrong with this picture? Wait a minute. What am I sitting here for when I could be all downstairs getting high? No. I don't need to get high. You know what? Here's the funny thing. Like I never did drugs when I was in high school. When I was a kid, I was quite nice. I was quite a nice kid, honestly. Until I turned about I got in my 20s, and everything just went downhill from there. Yeah, I got myself a taste, and that was it. Yeah, yeah, I should get high upstairs. But then I get the smoke all over my artwork. I try to keep it from smelling like my bong all the time around here. But yeah, when I was young, I never used to. I think I started smoking weed in 2003. 2003. I think because what I used to, we didn't do it for the longest time, and then one day we just started up again, and I'm like, well, we. my hubby, he started smoking weed again. And I'm like, I don't know. I've never really known what it was about weed that people really liked. Even my mom loved weed. And I thought, well, hey, if my mom likes it, and I love my mom, be like, I'd be, hey, you know what? Uh, I mean, we've all tried to grow our own, of course, and in the past, and how it goes. But my mom, she get high, and the funny thing about what a CBD can do, what a CBD can do, like she actually could talk a little bit. Her stroke, she could open her hand a little bit more. She could actually move her arm a little bit more. She could actually she could talk a little bit better. I was so surprised. But and that kind of got me. Well, what's about the brain, and what is it about that also gets you kind of? I'm like, okay, so I tried it. The first time I didn't really get high. I coughed a lot. The second time, I think I got too much, and then I was like, I think I almost fainted. Yeah, the CBDs are definitely something that are good for you. The THC is a lot of fun too. But yeah, so yeah, the second time I did, I think I got too high and I almost fainted because you have to have a good balance. I've heard now since 2003. It's now been how many years? Holy, yeah, I'm into it now, and I think if for me it is in 2003 to now, I think maybe it might have made me a little bit more creative. I've definitely from 2010 to 2020, I really became prophetic for a while, prolific, and yeah, I started to get really, really busy with doing painting and drawing and stuff like that. And with my website, having my website up for 14 years, I mean, I've been really prolific. But the great thing about getting high, it was before my mom passed away. We all had the chance to kind of me, my sister, and my mom and I. We all got high and we went down to Port Dalhousie, where if you know what the Lakeside Park is, my mom grew up there, and we all went down to Port Dalhousie and hung out at Lakeside Park, and she had the greatest day. We all had the greatest day there, and so that's a good memory for me, and I really that keeps me happy about. That every once in a while, like, well, maybe I shouldn't be doing it, but you know what? It isn't harming anybody. I'm not harming you, that's for sure, and I'm not really harming myself because it actually makes me a little bit more relaxed, I think. And I tried eating the edibles. It doesn't really do anything, and and the most part, I'm always kind of up, so it just keeps me up. It just it just keeps me from staying. It keeps me from getting down. And although I tell people I suffer from this problem, I'm too happy. Is there a possibility that there's people out there that can be too happy? I feel guarded for saying that because um, I'm a happy camper, and I think I've been right from day one. And although things happened, like my dad passing away when I was before my 2 weeks before my 11th birthday, and my mom with a stroke, and like not having grandparents really, and there's a lot of bad things that could have happened in my life. But I chose not to really think about that. I chose to just keep on going and think of like all the great people that I've known throughout my life, all the positive influences in my life, my friends, my teachers, my mentors, mentors along the way that have uh, m- tried to help me find who I am and put me in the right way. And albeit through music, through art, through even conversations, I learned so much from people. I really did. And I gotta also tell you, like before I started doing all this live stuff, my internet used to cut out like constantly. So I only used to have like maybe 10, 15, maybe minutes to be able to talk to everybody and say hello. Now that I'm on I changed over to Bell for now until they get outrageous with the prices again. And because you can do that, you can switch around. You don't have to stay with the same people all the time. You can switch up. There's nobody says that you have to stay at the same place all the time, right? You are free, and that's a great thing too. And so yeah, what was I saying? Well, you know what? Just being happy. It's a good frame of mind to be in, and I think that I got lucky enough to be overly happy about a lot of things because I got to meet some really great people, and I got to hang out with some really great people, and I got to learn about life, and I get to learn about myself. And now that I'm 50, and I thought back to when I was like maybe 25, and I'm like, you know what, in life, I don't even know what I'm about to expect, but from what I've seen and from what I can remember, it's been pretty good. I can't complain. I can't say that I've never done anything wild, but what's wild? It all depends. I've done things that are maybe a little over the top, but nothing too. You know what? Here's the thing, and it's true. For any of you who know about hypnosis, um, your mind and you will not do anything that you are not used to. You will only go. You can push limits, yeah, for sure. You can go as far as you feel, but there is a limit. Obviously, if you were hypnotized and somebody told you to get naked and take off all your clothes, and well, that's the same thing. Somebody told you to get naked, and it was not in your nature to do that. You won't do that. You won't do that. But if it's in your nature to do that, yes. And some people, it is in their nature, and sometimes you have to watch when you say things like that to people. Yeah, I know. I know. You know what? And luckily for me, like I say, I'd been a magician's assistant. I was lucky enough, I think, to know that because it's my friend, and once you know some people, sometimes it's like, okay, I won't do that in front of you. I know I won't do that in front of you. Somebody else, though, who knows? Who knows? It's just really, you don't know what will happen, of course. Anyways, yeah. So. Yeah, I'm so glad you guys are hanging out with me, and I appreciate this. I do a lot of design work as well as artwork. I'm waiting to do a mural currently. This is the kind of thing that I'm doing right now, and I'm currently working on making my own tarot cards. So there are things that I do in the meantime while I'm making myself as happy as possible. And I appreciate you being there, and I appreciate you being out here, and that's the most important thing is that you know if you want to share, it's always great to be able to put it out there and have people sharing with you. So yeah, thank you, I appreciate it. So with that in mind, what can I tell you? I don't know if I should do some art or should I just kick it off for the day. Because what time is it? It's 11:11. Wow. Hey, this is perfect time. I've done a tarot card reading. Um, let's see. What else can I do for you? I could play you a little ukulele, but my ukulele's downstairs actually, and I practiced that already. I'm good. I've been learning some new songs, and the ukulele teacher is a great guy to learn from as well. If you ever want to learn how to play ukulele teacher on YouTube is great. Yeah. See, I hate having like little places where you have a little bit of quiet because it's very quiet. I know, no music, just me. But copyright is always a problem around here, and I'd love to play music all the time if I could, but I can't. So let me see, what can I do? Oh, what other things I can show you in the meantime? I guess maybe we'll do this. Oh, there's actually something on there. What is that? Oh, right. It was upside down once. Oh, it's my paint night. My paint night rules. It just my paint night rules that it's down there. So, um, right now, this is a finger painting that I'm working on currently. I've been using white. I don't know if you can change it around so you can. All you see is just my reflection, and it's upside down. but, yeah. Hey! I know. 11:11. It's 11:11. Yeah. So yeah, I started. You can see, I started as you can tell. It's going to be a face with partial light on one side and dark on the other. Um, I don't think I've come up with whose face it's going to be, but the first thing I usually do when I have an idea like that is I come up with the shapes and then I go to the internet and I see if I find something that looks similar to it and then I start to paint it. So that's my next step. And with that being said, I'm going to go searching around a little bit and I won't keep you. But I'm going to do a little, and I hear my dog's wandering around. I should probably just go pee outside. So I got to go. I hope you have a fantastic day, you guys. And yeah, it's going to be an interesting next few days coming. So I hope you have a good one. Hey. Yeah, I love the numbers. The numbers are very cool. Thank you very much, Kia, Chris. And thank you, everybody, for tuning in. I really got to go because if my dog pees, I'll be in trouble. All right. Oh, yeah. All right. So, peace out, brothers, with a little bit added. Peace out, brother, as my mom used to say.